Hello everybody and welcome to Uveros Disc Golf Park in Vestnes, Norway for the PCS Open 2025. Day number 2 is just ahead of us. First we're gonna dive into the FPO coverage.
And my final note before I give it back to you guys, right, the Viking culture. I was talking about the volcanic eruptions and the Vikings' rise to power yesterday, but you know, the most referenced part of Viking culture is Valhalla, right? And what is Valhalla? It's Odin's Hall of the Slain.
Nesse, tee of 4. Oh my gosh. Hitting the cage.
Hot start. Always feels good to hit the basket, but then actually capitalize.
Montgomery, tee of 2. Misses the trees.
Shallow highs are just so perfect. Oh, potential for 2-stroke swing there on hole 1. Now 3. Letomaki.
Almost hits the pole. She's about 6 meters. That's 4 or 5 meters away. Piercing, pure shot for Lehtomäki on this par 3. 91 meters from the tee. Coming back for birdie. A bit high, but it stays in. Lat. And this is right, but yeah. Hits trees. She's further up the hill that I wasn't anticipating, and she's in the basket. Very important birdie for Lat. Togias Maniste. High and right, but avoids the branches. Perfection from Anneli Togias Maniste, bullseye's edge. How about Steen? 2 bogeys and 2 pars up until this hole. This is high. Needs to get down and settle. Unbelievably beautiful shot from Anniken Christiansen Steen. Lehtomäki currently on the 3rd place for being 1 down. Now currently tee of 8. Again very high with that same red disc we saw earlier. This is looking good, Brian.
I wonder if she's trying to throw that straight shot with a little fade or she's trying to draw it over to the right, but either way, another birdie opportunity.
Also going high like Ida. This is turning more. What a beauty. Bullseye's edge. Yeah. Just a very overstable approach disc, and Evelina Salonen is bullseye's edge.
That's about as textbook as you could play this hole.
Now Kristin to answer Evelina. Take the sidearm. Is that a bit too much right? No, it's not. I'm just scared of everything right now. Kristin is about 5 meters away. Welcome back to Disc Golf Network. We are visiting Norway once again with the PCS Open 2025. Day 2 with the FPO coverage and almost halfway through for the lead card. Evelina Salonen piercing the fairway on 8th. Almost hitting the basket for an ace. That was close, man.
That was a perfect line.
That would have been the 3rd consecutive professional tournament ace for Evelina Salonen. She already has 2 in a row. Kristin Lat, similar shot. Hits the pole.
I think she's starting to find the rhythm a little bit, Epi.
Yep. Slow start for Kristin with 2 single bogeys and 1 birdie from the holes 1 to 6. Now on hole 7, got the beautiful bird. And again, putting for 1 on hole 8.
Haven't heard anyone start a clock just yet. They've got a lot of fans down there helping to look. I imagine this thing will be located pretty quick.
I feel like you have to go right to the edge of the tee to see the basket clearly. So you're practically firing blind off the tee. Paige Pierce, beautiful shot on 14 now, putting for birdie. Paige Pierce back on 14 for birdie. cashes it in. Left side chains, drops down.
Yeah, Kristen's going to try to get as far left with her stance as possible and throw that hyzer forehand.
Like this.
Like that. Yep.
Well, that is it. Perfect shot from Kristin Latt. She's gonna extend her lead once again. Now staying in the air. This is looking good.
What a shot.
My gosh.
That's a tough stance to have to throw a shot like that from.
Kristin Latt with a forehand. Is this a bit early?
Yes, it needs to dig.
Yeah, but that's still super good option.
Yeah. It digs just fine.
Yeah.
The tricky part is that there's hazard everywhere too, so the players also have to keep that in mind, so you're not wanting to overextend yourself on this shot. So a lot of times you'll find a player end up short. Sten looking to take her lefty advantage off the basket. Are you kidding me?
My gosh, hits the pin in the air. Tremendous putting on the green. Kristin Latt in the air, clips that small branch but gets all the distance still. Goes through everything.
That was ripped. That was ripped.
Wow.
You normally don't see that kind of speed coming out of Kristen's hand. Normally she's really controlled with everything.
That was on 14. She was putting for birdie once again. And Kristin Latt showing us how it's done, folks, in the bullseye. Picture perfect birdie coming up for Kristin Latt. I was wrong about the disc Evelina Salonen was going to throw. That is a fairway driver. I was thinking about that yellow J once again. Evelina goes through the branches and she's putting from about 6 meters. What am I can tell?
Nicely done.
In the last 9 holes, she has 3 single bogeys and 1 double bogey. Sten, low and piercing, straight shot. Very well done. Ida Lehtomäki on 15, par 5. Look at this distance, Brian.
Perfect.
Just dialed in. 6th birdie for Kristin Latt in 8 holes. She's 5 down through the round. She's being ill and sick for quite a while now. I feel like over 2 weeks. And there's that broken toe and everything that's bothering her, and it's kind of stopping her getting into that flow state and into that same position mentally that gives her the guarantee to play her own game as she's used to be doing. Is this too tight still? No, I'm just a dummy. And that is bullseye's edge for Anniken Christiansen Sten.
Yeah, she's done a really good job capitalizing on these holes that are quote-unquote lefty holes.
Lehtomäki, TF16. Pierce the gap. Does she get the brakes down? How hard does Evelina Salonen want this birdie? She wants it, Brian. She wants it. And she gets it. That's the 2nd birdie in a row for Evelina. And that's her 3rd in the last 4 holes. And she's back under par for the day. She's in bounds, Brian. She's going for the bird. Can she hold this one on the line? Oh, wow. I'm gonna need the breather. She's putting for birdie on 16. Evelina Salonen. What'll she do? We'll find out now. Goes for it. Low, piercing, sweeping.
And a little kiss from the tree next to the basket. She's putting for another birdie. So I really resonate with the way Kristen kind of handles her approach game.
Lehtomäki under the cage for another birdie. That's gonna be her third in a row. It's gonna take her 7 down for the tournament. And suddenly, Kristin is giving a couple of strokes back.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, give us an eagle. Evelina Salonen. Going at it. Turn a bit more. Yeah, that was a run. Kristin Latt. Great. That's a bird. Sophie Danneke. Let's see how she did off the tee on 18. Gorgeous turnover for Danneke. Sophie. Bullseye's edge on 18. The tee of 18 shows us just how it's done. Oh, settle down. Going 5 down with this. That is in. Superb round from Lehtomäki.
That's an elite play. That's an elite round from Lehtomäki, and I am very impressed with the way she carries herself at such a young age, and just some of the lines that she's already able to shape with pretty good consistency.
Here's Eve. Going for the green. Coming in hot. She's done it, Brian. That's a pot for birdie. That's bullseye's edge for Evelina Salonen.
I love it. I absolutely love the finish. I love that she kind of realized, oh yeah, disc golf is fun. I can just go play disc golf again. I need to stop worrying about this stuff. She told me recently, you know, disc golf is so much more fun for me when I'm not worried about results, not worried about missing. Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
To end this FPO round number 2, before we're gonna head to the after show and analyze this round even more. Evelina Salonen, amazing ending for the round. Amazing. 6 down, last 7 holes. Kristin Latt. Unfortunate bogey on 18th. Again, beautiful stretch from hole 7 to 17 for Latt. A bit too hot of an upshot on 18, going out of bounds and having 2 putts to basket. Well, that is it, Brian. Before we head to the after show, give us some of your thoughts of this round, and especially of the ending.
This course is hard. It's hard, and it's very unassuming. I feel like you're not stepping up to holes and going, this is the hardest hole ever. But the big numbers are right around every corner. The OB is right around every corner. They punish you if you don't hit the line intended. And that's what I like about this place. You're not throwing a ton of distance drivers. You're not having to slam 400 feet down a tunnel. You're playing resourceful. You're scrambling. They actually give you room to scramble. And I think tomorrow, with the wind picking up, I think it's going to be a really interesting challenge for these players that they haven't seen yet for the first 2 rounds.
Hello there! I hope you enjoyed that last video you just saw. Consider subscribing to Disc Golf Pro Tour's channel to get some more free videos. We'll see you soon.